We just got finished with Street Fighter Alpha. Wonderful little game. As we explained before with the Street Fighter Legacy a little while back, a big part of this game was inspired by Street Fighter the animated movie, or Street Fighter 2 the animated movie. So there's a ton of like elements just sprinkled throughout here. In Akuma history, there's also a funny little nod in SF2 the animated movie, because Akuma is not a critical part of that film. He later shows up like down the line, and he's a big part of the later Street Fighter Alpha movies. I think Street Fighter Alpha, the movie, Street Fighter Alpha Generations, like Ryu's being like haunted by Akuma to turn evil Ryu, you know, all that kind of stuff. He gets a lot of limelight later on. In the reference and comparison to Alpha, to the Street Fighter 2 animated movie, he like is selling fruit in the background to a kid. And there's no kidding, I think a piece of artwork as well of Akuma like handing a kid a piece of fruit, which seemingly comes from his small, very small appearance in the movie as like a background character. Weirdly enough, you know, Akuma's hanging around, but effectively in Street Fighter Alpha, he's the same representation that he was in Children of the Atom as well as Super Turbo. This dude is an X-File. He's a Capcom X-File. He's been lingering around. Nobody knows how to get him. Nobody knows what to do. And the only way that you can experience Akuma in Street Fighter Alpha, he doesn't show up in the intro, like anywhere, is either through like a Tips and Tricks magazine, and you go and you look up a code in Tips and Tricks, or you get lucky on random select. I see Akuma in there, dude. I literally see his face, bro. Look at this. I literally see him. There he was. There he was again. You piece of shit. Oh man, I'm gonna get this.
Several attempts later.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. That only took me like $2 or $3. If you go through random select, I could see it because I see the frames. You see this guy's face pop up for literally like 1 or 2 frames in random select. And you're like, who the hell's that? Other characters like Bison, who are not playable in Street Fighter Alpha, also rotate through the random select. And there's a way to manipulate that. There is a code that you can enter that gives you Akuma as a playable character, even in the arcade version. But I'm like looking at this rotation and I'm like, dude, I swear I could land on it. It feels like he rotates through a finite amount of times and then it drops on it. So it took us like maybe $2 worth of attempts. And then we eventually got him just by the pure random select process. I remember doing this before when we were recording a video of Street Fighter Alpha. I got Bison just haphazardly in the random select and I actually screwed it up. I was like, what the hell? So that's what I kind of appreciate about Akuma at this period of Street Fighter in the span and the scale of where we're at. He's such an anomaly and a mystery that the only way you can get him now until you found the code, which not many people knew, was just to get this guy on a character select, and then who's gonna pick random? Nobody's gonna pick random, but some people will see him in there and then just be really lucky. Now it's a schoolyard tale. I played as the crazy evil Ken, evil Ryu hybrid. You know, like when Ken and Ryu kiss and they merge and they turn into Akuma? That was the story. I got him, I played as him, and everyone's like, what the hell are you talking about, kid? That doesn't exist. You didn't do that. And you're like, I did. Is it in the game? And nobody had cameras or anything to prove it. I think that's cool, right? I think the entire anomaly part, because this is effectively the last game that we get that version of Akuma. So playing as him, this is the foundation of Akuma from this point forward. Akuma's kind of interesting in this one. He gets a lot of the same stuff that he got from Super Turbo. Not all the crazy shit he got in Children of the Atom. He's got teleport, he's got fireball, he's got uppercut, he's got Tatsu, he's got the traditional Akuma combo, you know, Tatsu into DP, that's all here. He also gets access to the cool-ass Alpha chains, which are unique to like Street Fighter Alpha. There's some chains in classic Street Fighter 2 games as well, but Akuma ain't in those. So he's got some pretty fun combos, some good hit confirms and stuff. Alpha 1's a very fun game, in my opinion. In fact, I find some things a little bit more fun in Alpha 1 because of the chains than even a game like Alpha 2, but Alpha 2 is custom combos, so that kind of like, you know, reigns king. Akuma for the first time gets, I think, Demon Flip in this game. And Demon Flip is like down back to up forward with a punch. And he does this crazy flip, and he can either land with a strike, or he can do a weird flip-flop on the ground. I don't know what the hell this move is. It stays around in all the alpha games. I don't know why the hell it's there. It seems very ineffective. But he also gets one of the coolest moves in Street Fighter ever, and that's Demon Flip Command Grab. This is something that we don't know. I don't think we even saw him do Demon Flip Command Grab currently in Street Fighter 6. And this move is not predominant in every single version of Akuma. It's only in some. The one that I remember the most is obviously Third Strike Akuma, because the Demon Flip is so good into Command Grab. Dive Kick's also here. Dive Kick is the returning move from X-Men Children of the Atom. So, you know, there's a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of things that would essentially refine Akuma to beat the gameplay style from this point forward. This is the foundation of Akuma, and this is the sprite, and this is the supers, like all of this stuff. Oh, and for the first time, Raging Demon. You can demon people now. Hold on a second. Oh, you piece of shit, Sodom! And no longer is it like an introduction move from Street Fighter 2 Turbo. It is now a full attack, light punch, forward, light kick, heavy punch, and it's weird in this game. You have to do it extremely slow. This is the first time they attach inputs to that command, to that super, in any Street Fighter game. It costs 3 levels. It's super expensive, but it's astronomical damage. I don't know, because we're not fighting against people, if it's like 0 frames or something. If it's like, oh, if you're blocking, you're dead. I don't think you could Kara cancel it in this. I'd have to try a little bit more. I think you get that later in like Alpha 2. But this is the beginning of the demon, which is like, oh, this is the reason why a lot of people play this character. You can't really use it the way you'd like to, because you have to do it like button, forward, button, like really slow. Instead of making it as fast as possible and blinking all the attacks, you don't get that shit here. Wow. Okay, demon timing, bro. Wow. That shit did not come out. Dude, I have to do it so slow. It's so slow. Like, if you do the demon with any kind of fast input, like bink, 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 no good. Bink, 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 bink. It has to be mega slow. So, it's fun. He's really enjoyable, and I really enjoy playing this game every time I come back to it, and I really enjoy playing Akuma in this game. He has piss poor health, as is expected, because he is effectively the glass cannon of Street Fighter. That's the way they focus and balance Akuma. But for the most part, you know, there's not much to complain about here. This is like the foundation of this character going forward. But there's one thing that is really unique about Street Fighter Alpha 1 Akuma, and it isn't that he is just a secret selectable character. He is also a boss fight. And this isn't not a normally acquirable boss fight, even if you go through the process of a Super Turbo, where you're like, oh, I just gotta lose no rounds, input no quarters, no continues, then you can, like, get him. Apparently, it's not that way in this game, at least I don't think. You have to input a code, and I'm pretty sure it was hold down start when you pick your character, medium punch, medium kick, and whoever you're about to start fighting in the arcade mode, Akuma literally comes out and demons their ass. Start, medium punch, medium kick, and then just pick my character. I don't think it worked. Oh! Birdie is dead! And you have to fight Akuma, and that's it. And it's just an Akuma fight. It interrupts the entire arcade mode. It is just one battle. So this fight has had some insane notoriety that I didn't even know about for a long time, because it's a weird one. Like, why would you enter a code to fight Akuma when you can fight as Akuma? Of course. This is what I thought even back in 2016 when we did the old Akuma boss rage. I didn't know this fight was this way. This is one of the hardest boss fights in Capcom fighting game history. Not a ton of final bosses in Capcom games are insanely difficult, like SNK levels of ridiculousness and input reading. Akuma is legit an SNK boss fight, and no other Capcom game in my memory has a boss fight like this. Maybe getting close is God Rugal, Shin Akuma in CVS2, but even those have some pretty discernible loops, and you have a lot more tools to deal with them. You do not get that in this game. You are very limited with what you get to fight this dude. And this character is playing 6 dimensions ahead of you. He's the most obviously input reading AI I have ever fought. So how do you actually fight this guy? He jumps and does a fireball when you throw a fireball. That's good. So there's no throwing fireballs. No getting in the corner either. Whoa! And luckily enough, I got to give a shout out to Justin. There's a great demonstration of this where he went to an event. I think it's one of his best videos. And this is how I learned about it. He went to an event and had people try to fight this version of Akuma because he got told about this in content that he was making a couple of years ago. And he's like, dude, how do you beat this? Like, this shit is like nearly unbeatable. And there is cheese to it. Don't get me wrong. There is cheese to it. And people found out about it. Silent Scope, you know, was the hero of the day that defeated Akuma. He's probably in the chat right now. And there's ways to beat it. And it was just mopping the floor with everybody at this event. Nobody could get like a round on this character practically. It was ridiculously hard. There is a cheese. The cheese is a birdie command grab, like light birdie command grab, because Akuma eventually just walks forward and throws you. If you attack, he counters you. And if you don't attack, he just throws you. I have found a strategy around that. Jumping back light punch sort of stops that. But you want that to happen, so if you're playing birdie, you can command grab him. Like immediately. He walks in range of command grab, woof, and then you just wait for that and just block everything else, right? It's still not easy. Like even if you saw at the event from Justin's video, it wasn't like an easy victory. This is absolutely one of the hardest Capcom boss fights ever. Oh no, if he chooses to dive kick, I'm extra fire screwed! I hate it. Oh! No! That was supposed to be super! No! He walked up and threw me. Buddy. I'm resetting. I don't like it. I'm resetting and I don't like it. Oh! I hate this game. Bro, I hate this game. Did you see that? Was there witnesses? Was there witnesses? Why? And I didn't want to do the cheese method just so we can see how difficult it is. Adon has a pretty good strategy, as the chat was explaining, and obviously the birdie one, but I wanted to do it with Ken just to see if it's like, okay, is this possible or am I going to have to cheat? And to be real, it was hard as shit. So hard to the point where I was debating save scumming it and like putting a round on the board and saving that round and then beating it. And then eventually I was like, no, I think I'm learning enough about this fight to be able to do it myself. I think I can. I just obviously have to get way better at this and really learn how the AI treats your inputs, because the input reading is disgusting. Oh my god. Ah! What the fuck? Ah! He did it again! He did it again! I whip the jab. Captain America sits down with the chair in front of him. So you whip the jab against Akuma in Alpha 1. It's disgusting how much invulnerability he has on all of his moves, and he has to hit you effectively four, maybe 5 times for you to be dead, and you have to hit him like 30 times, it feels like. You have to do so much goddamn damage. Here's the thing, I like it. I actually liked it. It was legit fun, and I'm glad we stuck it out because some of the moments that led up to his eventual demise were insane. Oh my god, what the shit? I'm dead. Wait. Oh, it teleported into me. You! Fucking Jesus Christ! Dude, he literally stopped blocking because he was trying to do a DP or some shit. AI was trying to find a way out of, like, surviving this when it was clear that I was gonna win. Let's go! Let's go! Jesus, bro. God damn. What the hell? I turned into a Mega Man boss. I am a Mega Man boss. You are Ken Masters? Shit, thanks, game. Damn, I wasn't expecting that. Wow. Shit. Me? Really? Thank you. Wow. No way. Street Fighter Alpha 1, I think, is a great chapter in Akuma's history. So much to the point that later Alpha games, I think we can actually combine together a little bit. Street Fighter Alpha 2 Akuma, as well as some of the Street Fighter Alpha 3 and maybe Alpha 3 Max. They have a lot of really cool boss fight stuff throughout those games and dramatic battle stuff that's worth taking a look at. So we get access to Akuma with like custom combos and that shit. And I'm very much looking forward to learning crazy ass custom combos in later versions of Akuma and also fighting Shin Akuma. But dude, I think Alpha holds a special place in my heart because the Akuma boss fight here is actually amazing.